Hello students, again a very good question, a very good problem from the book I.E.Irodov. The reason for selection of this question is uh, a very strong concept building about the angular momentum of rigid bodies. In this question we have a cube of given dimensions, side length is given. The cube is sliding on a horizontal plane. There is friction on that horizontal plane. Some velocity is given to the cube, but because of the friction force present on the horizontal plane, the cube slides for some time, it slides for some distance, and then it finally stops. As obvious, because of friction force. It stops after a certain time, after a certain distance. Now the question says, it asks, what happened to the angular momentum of cube relative to an axis which is in the horizontal plane and perpendicular to the direction of initial velocity of cube? That is the question. What happened to that angular momentum? And then they are asking one more thing. What is the separation between the line along which force of gravity is present and the line along which normal reaction force is present? They are asking the separation between these two lines. One is the line of force of gravity and other is the line of force of normal reaction force. So this is the main question, problem number 1.271 from I.E.Irodov, right? A very good question for understanding concept building. And what are the concepts which are involved in this question? There are two concepts which are important for this question, which is concept number one. The concept number one behind this question is, if we have two forces having same magnitude but opposite to each other in their directions. So whenever you have two parallel forces of same magnitude but in the opposite direction, and if their separation is, let's say, small d, then we call or we say that F, the product of magnitude of force F and the separation d, it defines a torque, or better sense you can say that it is couple of the forces. You call it torque, or couple of forces, moment of force, you can give it any name. And most important characteristic is, when two forces which are equal in magnitude and they are opposite in direction, then they produce a couple or a torque which is always independent of reference frame. What does it mean? That this torque F into d is same about any reference point. There is no condition on the reference point. You choose reference point number O1, you choose another reference point O2, does not matter. Relative to point O1, relative to point O2, or any other point, you will have the same torque. That is the concept number one for this question. Concept number two behind this question is the angular momentum of any rigid body changes because of torque. Angular momentum cannot change if there is no torque. So if L changes, or you can say change in L, change in the angular momentum is always caused by some torque, and therefore there is an equation which is called as the rate of change of angular momentum is equals to torque which is externally present on the rigid body. So these are the two main concepts behind this question. The purpose of discussing this question is to make you revise these two concepts. Now we are going to solve the question. Right, now we will solve this particular question here, which is, let's say we have a horizontal plane as given in this question. Let's say this is the horizontal plane. We have cube over it. We have some object in a cubical form over it. Let's say this is the object which has some velocity v, but this cube will stop after a certain time, right? This cube is going to stop after a certain time, and that the reason of slowing down is the friction on this surface. Since it is a rough surface, the cube will definitely stop after a certain distance. We can find that distance, we can find the time, we can find everything. Now question is, what are the forces on this cube? So if you consider the forces which are present on this cube, then at the center of gravity, you will have a force which is called force of gravity, that is mg, which is at the center of gravity. Obviously frictional force will be present against this direction of this velocity. You will have a friction force on the base of cube. Remember, friction force will be present on the base of cube in this direction. Let's say that is small f is the friction force. Now if I choose a point on this plane O, if I choose any point on the plane, let's say O, and if I select this axis as given in this question, if you choose a point on the plane, you select axis in that plane, then the force of frictional force, the force of friction will intersect this axis, and therefore frictional force cannot produce any torque about this axis. It cannot. Frictional force cannot produce any torque about this axis, and the reason is that line of friction force is intersecting that axis. And the most important part is normal reaction force, which will be shifted from the center of mass. It will be somewhere, because that is the second part of question. What is the separation between mg and normal? And that means कि mg and normal forces are not on the same line. They are not on the same line. They are at some distance. Let's say the separation between them, let's say the separation between this normal and mg is defined as some variable quantity d. Let's say d is the separation between normal and mg. Now for normal and mg, you will use concept number 1. Since these two forces will be equal in magnitude, there is no vertical motion, there is no vertical acceleration, there is no vertical direction acceleration. In the absence of any vertical acceleration, the normal reaction force must be equal to force mg. So now we have two forces which are equal in magnitude, but they are opposite in directions. So I will use concept number 1, according to which these two forces will produce a torque which will be equals to mg. Remember, n equals to mg. So the torque will be the magnitude of force multiplied by their separation. So if d is the separation, n is equals to mg. So mg into d is the torque, right? This is the torque, and this torque about point O, because this torque will be same everywhere. Relative to any point, you will have same torque. So this torque is going to be the change in angular momentum divided by time. So here we will have time in which the cube will stop, the time after which the cube will stop, and in the numerator you will have change in the angular momentum. So you will write final angular momentum minus initial angular momentum. But notice that final angular momentum is 0. The cube is going to stop. The final angular momentum will be 0. Since we are using it in the scalar form, we are not using it in the vector form. So I will just put the modulus part. We are not using it in the vector form. Now mg into d, which is mod of Lf minus Li by t. What is the initial angular momentum? What is the initial angular momentum of this rigid body relative to point O? Well, angular momentum of any rigid body, angular momentum of any rigid body relative to any point O is defined as position of its center of mass relative to point O cross the linear momentum of object relative to point O plus the moment of inertia of the center of mass about center of mass times its angular velocity. In this case, our object is in the translatory motion. It has no angular speed. So the second factor will be 0, and therefore the angular momentum of cube is defined by cross product of position vector and the linear momentum vector. And if you simplify it, if you find out, if you try to solve it, you will get the value of angular momentum as in the magnitude form. You will get this value in your magnitude form. You will get the value as mass of cube, velocity of cube, and the perpendicular distance from this point O, which will be half of side length a by 2. I leave this working for you. You try to solve R cross P and get this value. Angular momentum of the body with respect to O should be mv a by 2. I will put this angular momentum here, and for time I can use the kinematics part, or you can use Newton's second law also, which says that the change in linear momentum upon time should be the force. Initially it has a linear momentum of mv, finally there is no linear momentum. I will again use this equation in the scalar form, in the magnitude form only, and in the magnitude form the change of linear momentum is mv. I am not using any vector, any sign convention. M into v is the momentum, which becomes 0 because cube stops. So mv over time, which we require, and should be force which decreases the linear momentum. Since the linear momentum is in the horizontal direction, these two vertical forces cannot change linear momentum. So the linear momentum is changed by frictional force. So you can write friction, which is mu times of normal reaction force. Mu is the coefficient of friction. Here they have given coefficient of friction equals to k, but we are familiar with symbol mu, and therefore I am using the symbol mu instead of k. So this will give you time. So now we have angular momentum and we have time from here, and we can put these two here. We can put these two values here. That is, in the numerator you can put the angular momentum value, which is mv a by 2. In the denominator you can put the time value, which is from this expression. And after doing all this exercise, after doing the mathematical portion, you come to know that the required distance d is half of mu g. If I am not wrong, this is the required distance. It is half of mu g. Right? Please check the calculation part or working part. What is the most important part for this question? You can solve this question without going into analysis of question, without thinking about all these. You can simply write down equations and you can get the answer. But the purpose of question is not for mathematical part. Remember, we have three forces: normal, mg, and friction. Frictional force is decreasing the linear momentum of cube, but it has nothing to do with angular momentum of cube. The pair of normal and mg cannot change linear momentum, but yes, they are changing angular momentum of the cube. So all the three forces are participating in some activities. Friction is reducing linear momentum, but these two forces are making a pair of force. They are producing a torque, and that torque is decreasing the linear momentum of cube, angular momentum of cube. Right? So that is the main question. This was the question part, but my purpose was not for this answer. The purpose of discussing of this question is not to have this answer. You can get the answer within 2 to 3 minutes by writing simple equations. Hope this concept is clear to you. If you find any difficulty in understanding any concept, you are always free to write the message. Take care, stay at home, and all the best for your JEE exam.